I was just talking to a client on a video chat prior to a healing session, just by way of a consultation. Somebody that's never had shamanic healing before. And one of the questions they asked was, how long does it take for this to work? And I suppose we're so used to popping a pill, having a quick fix band-aid solution to all our illnesses that people are not used to allowing time for energy shifts to take place in our bodies. And, like slow fashion is the way to get a beautifully made garment by taking the time to have it hand sewn, handmade, hand dyed. And so the same with shamanic healing is that slow medicine takes its time to work. And, after a healing session, it can take 2 or 3 weeks for any shifts in energy to be noticed. And sometimes they're not noticed at all. It's can be a drip effect. So you might have one session and it's a bit like going to a yoga studio where you start, having never done yoga before, you start by feeling very stiff and not very flexible in the session. And then over a number of weeks, so your body begins to stretch and used to being in a different position. And so it's the same with shamanic healing, that it takes a little bit of time to settle into our bodies. And initially, it can have an effect on the way we feel. A few days afterwards, we can feel maybe nauseous or headachy or a bit flu-like or achy joints, and that this is all part of the process of our body getting used to a different way of being and releasing those unwanted energies that we don't need anymore. We don't want them, and they're taking up space in our body and can make us quite sick. So in response to her question, it was, allow the first session to settle into your body. And then, if you feel like it, come back for another session or something different. So, we're working on different areas of the body and different energy blockages, if you like, unwanted energies, I should say, and working on releasing those. And it all takes a little bit of time, and we shouldn't, bad word. We should look at the way we we observe how we heal ourselves, and it's not about getting a quick fix. It's about allowing ourselves to come into a new place of being, and taking responsibility for our own medicine. So instead of handing our healing over to somebody else, we actually take responsibility for what we eat, what we think about, how we live our day, how much exercise we take, not eating things that are bad for us, or doing our best to stay away from polluted water that might come out of your tap, or um, things like this, sort of environmental pollution. And it is a big learning curve. I think we've been so ingrained with the idea that a GP or an allopathic doctor of some kind, a consultant, can fix everything that we have wrong with us, instead of us taking the time to sit with, well, where did that illness come from? Why have I got that particular illness? And it's usually, from a shamanic point of view, deep rooted in some emotional upheaval, if you like, probably as far back as, in this lifetime, as far back as our childhood, and even from previous lives. We could be carrying ancestral karma. So there's a whole sort of process of, working through these deep rooted beliefs that that we've been holding on to. And so we need to take responsibility for our own healing by looking at those shadows that sit deep within us, and coming to maybe somebody like me, or some other sort of like Reiki healing, or any of the complementary therapies, which will help you shift this energy that no longer serves you. So I just wanted to kind of just make a point of talking through, to people who know nothing about shamanic healing, for example, that it's not going to, no changes, dramatic changes are going to be seen in one session, and that you have to make a commitment to take responsibility and to step onto the path of your own medicine and your own healing. And yeah, so that's it for today. Chat.